Back now to our breaking news story about the U-turn and that AMD plan for Eastern Europe. I'm joined now for more on this by the former EU Parliament member Giulietto Chiesa to discuss this US decision today to give up the missile shield plans. Thanks for being on the line with us today, sir. It's appreciated. First off, so how will America's European allies interpret Obama's decision to drop this missile shield plan, such a big U-turn as it seems to be?
It is a big turn, and I believe that it will have a big repercussion not only in Europe but also in Russia. It is evident that it is maybe the first very clear sign coming from Washington that President Obama wants really a new kind of relation with Russia. It is very important, and according to the fact that a significant part of the European Parliament agreed with this kind of missiles, and now the United States refuse to go on this will create some big problem. But I believe it is a good way to go on. It is a good sign.
Well, we're still waiting for the official response from the Russian side. I gather Russia's still not officially been told about this, although we've heard it officially, if you like, from the Czech Republic, which is pretty good going, I guess. What response is the US expecting from Russia here, if any?
Well, I believe I cannot say that, but I believe that the move has been very well meditated, very well thought, and it is a beginning of a dialogue. I believe that it can be interpreted by the Russian President Medvedev like a good response to his own proposal for a new discussion on the European security space. This could be a good way to begin this discussion, I believe. One is possibility that Russia will react positively. Probably Russia needs to study very well, very attentively, the meaning of this declaration, but I believe it is time to have a development very soon on European security.
Mr. Chiesa, let me push you a bit on this then. A good thing or even a victory for Russia, some saying. Would you go that far?
No, I don't believe it is a victory for Russia. I believe that from the very beginning it was a mistake from the side of the Bush administration. Now it is coming back to a normal situation. I don't believe that Russia would be in a just position if it will interpret this as a victory. No, it is not a victory for Russia. It is a victory for the reason of peace and a good relation with the Atlantic group of countries, Europe and the United States.
And of course, ever since the beginning of this year when President Obama came into office, much talk about that reset button. We saw it often enough. Do you think now it's finally been pushed in and set to lock?
The reset till now did not begin, but also we have to understand the situation of Obama. He has so many problems inside that it was necessary a time to rethinking. In fact, the Bush administration created a very bad set of relations with Russia, and to remediate, to put the situation on the right road, it requires time. The second problem that it will be opened with Russia is the enlargement of NATO to Ukraine and Georgia. This is a second point where certainly Moscow would like to hear something new from the American president. I believe that this is the first step in a direction that Moscow will greet. Absolutely, I am sure that the response from Moscow will be a good response at this level.
Mr. Chiesa, what are your thoughts about the timing of this announcement? Is that at all significant?
Excuse me, I did not understand the question.
Yes, I was asking you about the significance of the timing of this announcement. Anything to be read into that? Of course, with the start negotiations very much on the horizon as the current agreement runs out in December.
Well, I believe that this is a good sign in any case because it seems that the American president is going on in his own platform, recognizes that the situation in the world has changed. This will open for Moscow a good possibility to respond to the exigencies of the United States about Iran. Certainly Russia will be engaged in this direction. The way it is to see, to verify, but certainly this creates a new possibility of Russia enjoying some of the preoccupation of the American administration regarding Iran and its own program. But it is an open question of the discussion. The main question is that this decision opened the discussion.
And as far as President Obama is concerned, I guess now from some sides he's going to be accused, isn't he, of selling out to Russia and Iran. How big do you think that criticism is likely to be?
No, I don't believe this is a good description of the situation. The Iran problem is a big problem for everybody and also for Iran himself. The question is that the situation, the nuclear proliferation is a serious problem for all the world. The question is that Israel has the atomic arms. The question is that Iran can reach an agreement with the West if there will be a joint general agreement. This has to be created. Till this moment, the situation was impossible to go on with a good decision because there was not the conditions, elementary conditions. Now, the United States recognizes, it seems, that Iran has not any capability to hit Europe and the United States especially, and that creates a new situation where a more calm approach based on knowledge, and I believe this will help also Iran to begin a different discussion. If you continue to push, as the Bush administration did, on the use of force to stop the Iranian program, you will obtain the contrary, inevitably. If you begin to discuss, well, let us agree, I believe that it is possible to find an agreement also with Iran.
Okay, well, pleasure to have you on the programme this afternoon. So, former EU Parliament member Giulietto Chiesa. Thanks very much. And of course,